The NFL returns Thursday night after a long offseason. We understand if you didn't have it in you to pay attention to all the NFL news over the last few months, and we have you covered if you need a crash course before Week 1. Here's all you need to know heading into the season. 1. Jay Cutler retired, then came back after getting minimal interest from teams after being cut by the Bears. Cutler signed on with Fox to do color commentary. He never got to call a game, though. Ryan Tannehill suffered a partially torn ACL that ended his season, and Adam Gase, who worked with Cutler in Chicago, convinced the former Bears QB to give up retirement to play for the Dolphins. Cutler also showed the world his butt, too. Tony Romo retired, and stayed retired. Unlike Cutler, Romo received interest from plenty of teams after parting ways with the Cowboys, but he opted to join CBS as a replacement for Phil Simms. And unlike Cutler, Romo stayed retired and will call his first game for the network this Sunday. Photo by Tom Pennington, Getty Images. 3. Colin Kaepernick couldn't find a job. The excuses just keep coming as to why Kaepernick can't find a job. Anonymous execs say it's his ability as a football player holding him back, but it appears his unemployment has little to do with football and everything to do with his protest of the national anthem, which has inspired many players around the league to follow suit. 4. The Super Bowl Shams somehow got better. Teams coming off a Super Bowl win usually get picked apart the following offseason and have a hard time coming back with a stronger roster. The Patriots managed to get better this offseason, trading for explosive WR Brandon Cooks and shutdown corner Stephon Gilmore. They did lose Julian Edelman to a season-ending injury in preseason, however. 5. The Chargers moved to Los Angeles and the Raiders will move to Las Vegas. The San Diego Chargers are no more. They're now the Los Angeles Chargers and will play their games at the StubHub Center, which seats about 30,000 fans. The Raiders will also change locations in a couple years. They're moving to Las Vegas but will remain in Oakland for the time being. Yes, it's going to be awkward. App 6. The Buccaneers are loaded on offense now. The Bucs are a trendy pick in the NFC South, and for good reason. The defense looked better down the stretch of the 2016 season, and the offense has a ridiculously high ceiling after the team signed Deshaun Jackson and drafted stud rookie T.O.J. Howard. Jameis Winston is spoiled with weapons. 7. The Titans are everyone's favorite playoff sleeper over in the AFC. The Titans have been getting a lot of love this offseason. We picked them to win the AFC South. The defense was improved in the offseason, and the receiving core got a major upgrade with the team signing Eric Decker and drafting Corey Davis. If Marcus Mariota takes a step in his development, Tennessee will be a dangerous team come January. 8. Only one rookie QB is starting in Week 1. 3 quarterbacks were drafted in the first round of the 2017 NFL Draft. None of them will start this weekend. The lone rookie expected to play in Week 1 is Deshaun Kaiser of the Browns. The second-round pick beat out Brock Osweiler HES back in Denver and Cody Kessler for the starting job. Scott R. Galvin, USA Today Sports 9. Andrew Luck is hurt and we don't really know when HES coming back. I'd like to give you an update on Luck's recovery, but the Colts haven't been very forthcoming. We don't know he won't play in Week 1. His status for Week 2 and beyond is still up in the air. Indy is in trouble if he doesn't return to the field soon. 10. The Jets are god-awful and probably tanking. The Jets purged the roster of most its talent. Brandon Marshall is gone. Decker is too. Nick Mangold was released. Sheldon Richardson was traded. Josh McCown will start at quarterback with 2 inexperienced options behind him. Many believe the Jets will go 0-6 and that may be by design with a crop of talented quarterbacks available in next year's draft. The tank is on 11. The Jaguars are probably going to move on from Blake Bortles. Just 2 years ago, Bortles was seen as one of the brightest young talents at the QB position. So much has changed since then. After a bad 2016 season, Bortles was benched this preseason before getting his starting spot back the next week. The Jags picked up his option for 2018 but owe him no guaranteed money beyond 2017. Troy Talmy now Saturday Sports 12. Wade Phillips left the Broncos coaching staff. The Broncos lost DeMarcus Ware, but that wasn't the defense's biggest offseason departure. That's Phillips, who took over as the Rams' defensive coordinator after Denver hired Vance Joseph as head coach. The Broncos' defense is still loaded with talent, but it may not be the dominant force it has been the last few years without Phillips calling the shots. 13. The Seahawks' defense got scarier. The most talented defense in the league added another blue chipper late in the summer. Sheldon Richardson, a dominant interior pass rusher, joins the fray. With Richardson, Michael Bennett, Frank Clark, and Cliff Avril rushing the passer and Earl Thomas and Richard Sherman manning the defensive secondary, it's going to be difficult to pass on this defense. 14. The Redskins still haven't signed Kirk Cousins. It's been a year and nothing has changed between the Redskins and Cousins. Washington offered him an underwhelming long-term deal, which Cousins understandably turned down. Now he's playing on the franchise tag for a second consecutive season. It's unlikely that he'll be back in 2018, with the 49ers as a potential suitor. 15. The Cowboys will probably be without Ezekiel Elliott for a while. Elliott was handed a 6-game suspension for domestic violence. He'll play in Week 1, but is expected to sit out from Week 2 to Week 9. But don't expect Elliott to sit quietly and accept his suspension. This could reach Deflategate territory in the next few weeks. Strap in.